Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Three Stacks in this thing, representing the squad. And today we're going over a very legendary and underrated deck. Dude, like, I don't know why. I love Rogue so much, man. I just love Rogue. I can't take it. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Let me double check something. Oh, cool. We're live from the 5. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I had to do it. A lot of people were asking me for Dragunities anyways. Well, not a lot, but it was enough to the point where I'm like, all right, I got to start finding this deck. And fortunately, my teammate Ed, shout outs to Ed, his homeboy hooked me up with this deck today. I was able to get Dragunities, Mermails, and Zephyrs. 3 decks that I was looking for that were very hard to find for me for some reason. And plus, like, it's just going through my to-do list because a lot of people on my channel have been asking for a lot of decks. And I was like, dude, I'm getting like piled. Like, I have to start getting some of this all like done, or I'm just gonna get overwhelmed. So I'm grateful to do this. But yeah, this deck is just so great. It's actually a deck that I feel it's suiting to my caliber, like my caliber as a player, and also to my playstyle. I like sophisticated decks that can do a lot. Decks that have room for flexibility and also just different diverse engines. This deck is really crazy, and it has a legendary 3-card combo. I don't know if we have time to do the combo, but I'll show you the 3 cards you need. So let's hop into the main deck. So starting with monsters, we're playing 3 copies of Dragunity Ducks. We're playing 3 copies of Dragunity Arma, I believe it is, Arma Mistletoe, and we also play 3 Phalanx. Now I'm gonna just play the monsters down on my mat, and then I'll explain to you why I play the ratios, and also if you're curious of what some of the cards do, I'll explain that as well. We play 1 Legionnaire, 1 Achilles, 2 Baby Rocks. He's so cute. He's awesome. He's like one of my favorite cards. I love Baby Rock. He's so cool. And then we play 2 Garudas. We play 1 Harpist, 1 Zephyros, the Elite. We play 1 Cloak. These 2 are crucial. I'll explain why in a minute. The extenders are literally Destrudo and Flare Metal. Actually, these last 5 monsters are actually all extenders. These fall in the category of extenders because they're just win more cards and they're not really mandatory, but oh my goodness, when you have them, it's just great. So explaining the monsters. When you're playing Dragunities, you're always going to play a standard lineup of 3 Ducks, 3 Mistletoe, and 3 Phalanx. These 3 monsters, if you can get some kind of rotation of all 3 of them, you can do virtually anything that this deck is capable of doing. You're going to be doing it off of these cards. The infamous combo, the 3-card combo, it actually is Dragon's Ravine, Phalanx, and Mistletoe. Off of that combo, you wouldn't believe what you can do. You would not believe it. If you know anything about Dragunities, they have a legendary combo. Their name is written in history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of Ravine, Phalanx, and Mistletoe. Ravine even got banned because of this deck. Aside from the standard, the 9 that you want to play, 3 of each of these, which I hate saying standard, but you really do. If you're going to play Dragunities, you have to play all these at 3. I like Legionnaire and Achilles. There's a lot of interactions that these provide. Now, Legionnaire has a really cool effect. When he's normal summon, he can equip 1 level 3 or lower Dragunity, I believe it is, or Dragon. Yeah, just any Dragunity monster from your graveyard, equip it to this as an equip card. He has an effect that states as the following. You can send 1 Dragunity card from your spell or trap zone to the graveyard to destroy 1 face-up monster on the field. So that part that says you can, it does not say once per turn. It just says you can. So on your turn, you can do this as much as you want. And it's also really cool in tandem with Achilles. Achilles can special Dragunity from hand and equip himself to that. But his best effect is when he's sent to the graveyard as an equip, you pretty much can select 1 card on the field and destroy it. And that's any card. It doesn't have to be a monster. It doesn't have to be a spell or trap. It can be either or. Like, it just destroys cards on the field. So Legionnaire in tandem with this, like, you can just use Legionnaire, equip this, or normally special Legionnaire. It's a really cool combo where you can pop a monster and a back row or pop 2 monsters, break boards with that combo. Legionnaire combos well with the spell that I'm playing that we'll get into later, but these are like the 2 1-ofs. Like, these are the only other Dragunities that I felt were worth playing because I'm trying to make this deck as competitive as possible without hand traps. Like, hand traps are really great and you can play them, but I'm trying to make it as best as I can make it without hand traps. So, like, these help you going second. They just break boards. Legionnaire, Achilles, really good cards. Like them a lot. Baby Rock is just mandatory. He summons himself from the grave when he's sent from the hand. There's a really clutch interaction with him and this synchro known as Guy Dirge. Just keep in mind that you have to play at least 2 Baby Rocks. Garuda's optional, but I like him. He's kind of like a safety a precaution measure. In case you get hand trapped, you always want to have a follow-up play to still end on something, which is really, really cool. Harpy's Harvest is just like I said, these are your extenders. And also keep in mind that Elite and Steam the Cloak are actually, if you're not playing them in your list, you'll realize that you really should, because there's a combo, which is the 3-card combo, where it gets these out of your deck and you just go crazy. Like, he generates tokens, which is important in Master Rule 4 because links can be made using, can be made using tokens. So just keep in mind that they're really important. The Shudo is amazing because you want to get as many Dragons Ravines as possible and make Black Rose and Ancient Fairy. Ancient Fairy extends your plays, makes bigger boards, better boards. Flare Metal is just insane. That is the monster count. Like I said, no hand traps. Obviously, I own, personally, 3 Gammas, 3 Ash, 3 Drolls, 3 Ogres, 3 Effect Billers. I own like every hand trap in the book. I also have side frames if you didn't know. So I know about hand traps and I know you can play them. I didn't want to play them in this deck. I wanted to make this deck cool, interactive, without just cancer. So spells are 3 Dragon's Ravine. It is not hard once per turn. You can do 2 different things with this field spell. It's great. 3 Terraforming, aka Optimus Prime, to search it out. Because these 6 cards can equal into your 3-card combo. Then my spicy tech, I'm playing 3 Foolish Burial Goods. Now, anytime I play a deck, you guys know this. This is very, very standard. For my deck builds, I'm always going to play some kind of spice that makes my deck different from everybody else's. Foolish Burial Goods is my spicy tech, and you'll see my targets. We play 2 pots and 2 cards of Consonance for draw power. So all these spells are your consistency cards. And another spicy tech that I'm playing that most Dragunity players don't play is Divine Lance. You equip it to a Dragunity, its level, it gains 100 attack for each level, and then it also is unaffected by traps, which is kind of cool. But the cute thing about this card is while it's equipped to a Dragunity, which you can only equip it to Dragunity anyways, you can equip 1 Dragunity from your deck to the monster it's equipped. So you can obviously make your standard plays with it, and it makes the 3-card combo live with just this plus like the other 2 cards, and it's still a 3-card combo. Or if you're going second, you can equip this. You can literally normal Legionnaire, equip this to Legionnaire, right? When you normal Legionnaire, you're going to equip something else. You already have 2 equipped. Then you use this effect, equip this from deck. Then you go Legionnaire, sack 1, pop, Legionnaire, sack this, pop, Legionnaire, sack that, pop, and then pop again. So you pop 4 cards, 3 of which were monsters, and the other could be a back row. So you literally clear 4 cards off of 2 cards. It's just 2 cards that cost from your hand. So you can literally break an entire board and still make your standard Dragunity plays after that. So this is flexible and versatile going first or second. I like it. It's just a combo playmaker. My Foolish Burial Goods targets are Metal Force Fusion and Shuffle Reborn. They're great discard fodder for your Dragon's Ravine and also your Foolish food. I wanted Foolish to be very flexible. The main thing was I realized if I'm not making Omega, sometimes my extra monster zone gets clogged and I can't always make links happen, and sometimes it's not ideal for me personally to do the link play. So I like to do Foolish, dump, Shuffle Reborn, use this effect, shuffle the monster in my extra monster zone back into my extra deck, draw a free card, and during the end phase do the, banish one from hand. But more importantly, Foolish either clears your extra monster zone or just draws you more cards. So no matter what, it's going to be an upstart. But I just like it. It's the goo. I normally keep my goo a secret until I put it in the deck profile. But I'm always like, I normally keep my goo to myself for the most part because I don't like when people try to steal my ideas. I don't mind sharing them, but it's like they gotta know that they came from me, if you feel me. Sometimes I'm selfish like that, but I always share it with you guys no matter what. But yeah, this is the goo for the Dragunities. Nobody's doing this, but I promise you, people playing Dragunities are gonna start doing this. It's great. It's never dead in your hand. You can always discard it with this. It's just way too good. The traps are 3 Dragons Bind. This is like your Vanity's Emptiness. So you activate it, you target a dragon that has 25 attack, 2,500 or less attack and defense, and then also, basically neither player can special summon monsters with attack equal or less than that monster. So, basically, you can have so many different monsters, and, it could be like Guy Dirge, for example, right? So basically, I'll tell you all the things that your opponent can't special summon with this strat. They can't special Electrum, they can't special Astrograph Sorcerer, they can't special summon Harmonizing, they can't special Black Fang, they can't special Chronograph Sorcerer, they can't special Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser. I believe they can summon Master Cerberus, but they can't summon Jackal. They literally cannot play Yugioh. They can't even Pendulum Summon because all the monsters they Pendulum Summon have to have higher attack than 25. So you have to Pendulum Summon 2,600 beaters from your hand. And if you're doing that, you're kind of winning already. And I like 3 of it because I want to open up with it. Like I said, try to make the deck as competitive as possible without playing hand traps. These could just be strikes if you want. You can make it Solemns, but I actually like this that this deck can play the closest thing to Vanity's Emptiness since Vanity's is banned. We're trying to get to it. And then 2 Icarus Attack. Great interactions with this card. It's just too easy to use. You play a lot of Winged Beasts, and they're also searchable through your Dragon's Ravine, so just helps you going first. Like, you can always do your standard plays, and if you have an extra Phalanx, you can just unequip it special, and then just leave it on the field, and then sack off, for example, your Ducks, because Ducks is a Winged Beast. And use Icarus Attack, blow up the field, and still have field presence. Really, really cool. Like, the Dragunities that are dragons are the equipped monsters, but the ones that are non-tuners, like Ducks, Legionnaire, are they're Winged Beasts. And also, you play Zephyros, you play Cloak, you play Harpist, you play Garuda, you play Baby Rock, you play a lot of Winged Beasts, so Icarus Attack is great. That's the main deck. The extra deck, you can go, like, super link heavy. Like, I chose to play a little bit of everything, and, let me see something real quick. Yeah, I didn't want to be greedy with the links, but theoretically speaking, you can do the Infinite Firewall loop, which is just off the 3-card combo. 3-card combo is Dragon's Ravine, Mistletoe, and also Phalanx. Off those 3 cards, you can do, like, a million things. It's crazy. It's like my Gem Knight 3-card combo. It's like, it's crazy. You open up the window for possibilities. Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup, yo. Heretic Dragon, King of Atum. Great card. You just want to play 1, but it's standard for almost every first turn combo. M7, if you're playing hand traps, you add them back, but this is just like to recur resources for me because I'm not playing hand traps, but it comes up. It's really, really good. It also puts back your extra deck monsters, which is really cool. This and Omega Recursion. 3 of the best synchro. Vajirana, you want to play 3 of this. It's so good. There's an interaction with this where you can actually get over Masterpiece after you bait him. You pretty much just equip this to him using his own effect, and then you unequip this, like you pop it off, right? And then you double him, put him at 38, and this pops the diagram, and then you just attack over Masterpiece because he's at 3,800. Really, really cool. So, like, this deck doesn't really struggle against Dracos. As long as you can bait the 1 pap from Masterpiece, you can just easily just beat Dracos, which is really cool. Guy Dirge, like, the best, it's like the best synchro. Really, I'm playing 2. Honestly, you're not even supposed to be playing 2. Like, you really want to play 1. I even picked up a 3rd because I was like, this card is great, and I'm trying different builds with this, and I was like, you know what, you never know. Like, I just want to be ready just in case I need 3. I don't want to be like, dang, I wish I had the 3rd. But I'm playing 2 because I actually like it. You run through 1 multiple times in your first turn combo, but after that, it's hard to like get it back. So you want to have a second one to make because it can actually make crazy comebacks. Really, really great card. Just awesome. Double Omega, you can play 3 because your standard 3-card combo can actually make triple Omega. But I always like to do this. Double Omega and then Crystal Wing. There's nothing better than looping 2 cards out of your opponent's hand and ending on a negate. And if you can have like just another monster on the field, like for example, if you can have this bad boy right here, right? This is another reason why I love playing the equip card, the equip spell card. Like if you can have this bad boy and then you can have this, you can still do like the Dragon's Bind lockdown. So you can have like double Omega hand loop them and then do the Crystal Wing, have a negate, and then have a Vanity's Emptiness in the form of Dragon's Bind. So it's a really, really strong opening for opening field. Then you play Scrap Dragon, cool interactions with him, and then the what's his name? Achilles. You can pop Achilles, pop their card, and then pop another card off Achilles. Really, really cool. Stardust, because similar to Omega, he returns to the main monster zone after he resolves his effect. Where instead of doing like a bunch of links, we're just playing synchros that can vacate the extra monster zone and then return to the main monster zone, which is really cool. And then the Destrudo targets that you can actually make without Destrudo, but you still play them for the Destrudo targets. And then Decode for the only link in the extra deck. Obviously, you can do more links, you can do a lot more, but naturally, like, the way you're doing it, you're just making Omegas like all day, 24/7. That's why I said you could play 3, but like, I don't know. I always put them back. Like, I really don't need 3. I always like the double Omega Crystal Wing. Yeah, like, that's the deck profile. I'm still working on it. I'm not the master of Dragunities. I'm not like an extremely experienced player, but I do know about Dragunities. I've actually been around in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! For a long time, so I've seen what this deck can do. And I'm just very, very glad to actually have it in my repertoire now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the deck profile. Stay tuned for my shit-alls, my prediction princesses, my babies. Yeah, I'm going to do that, and I need to sleep because I feel like a crackhead right now, believe it or not, dude. Like, man, I got to go sleep. Peace, yo.